We need to make sure the clay, the dryness. If you can see that the shininess versus not shiny, that means this is still wet, okay? So if it's still kind of sticky, it's not ready yet. Maybe take it outside, direct sun, and let them dry for 5 minutes. And here it looks a little drier, right? I can feel that there's not much changing like this, so you can see they kind of break off. So this is probably a good starting point of a trimming. Before you put your cups upside down, usually beginning student is just like doing this and start center without looking what's inside. Your goal is try to trim outside, inside is the same shape, right? So for me, I put like a little hand like that, okay, and I put it outside, see right here? So that means this, in between this distance is inside of the directions right here. That means I have from here to here that much clay. If I have a leaf about 1/4 inch, that means from here to here, I need to trim them off. Can you see it? Okay? So to understand what your clay, how much do you have to trim off is really important. Don't just put it down and then start trimming, okay? Now, your cup did a good job because you did a little cutting right here. So this pretty circle, all I need to do is try to find the bullseye and put it in there, okay? Now, next thing is, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on the wheel, I'm gonna draw the line. I'm gonna draw a circle. I'm not gonna let my clay too slow because my hand need to be very steady. So I'm gonna look a little faster right here. So I'm gonna draw a circle. Can you see that circle right in here? Okay, this circle, is that off center? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes. Can you see it right here? This is a thin side, this is a thick side. If I draw in the half, I'm gonna move, okay, this circle towards my thin side.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do it just a little bit. Tiny bit. Erase everything again. You know what? I forgot to check. I think you have about half inch on the bottom.
Yeah, it's pretty thick.
That's okay. So I'm gonna do it right here one more time. So I'm gonna draw this circle. Why the circle has to be in the middle of the bottom?
Because when you're carving, it'll get all messed up.
Then your foot gonna be off center, right? So that looks pretty good. Yes? If you cannot trust it, you can also do on the side. See your cup is equally draw all the way around. Yes? Now it looks like it's pretty good and you prepared 3 Vienna sausage right in here, okay? So I'm gonna hold down to it and gonna wrap around and gonna push straight down. Right here, one more time. Thank you. Right here, one more time. Okay, anybody have a question so far? Now I'm gonna take a trimming, okay? So first of all, I want to, because inside the cup it's like this distance. So I'm gonna make sure my foot is with inside. So I'm gonna draw one circle, 2 circle right here. Okay, maybe right there. You see that 2 circle? Yes? These 2 circle is in between those 2 circle. It's gonna be my foot.
Right.
I'm gonna take this really quickly. Okay, right here. So that means I'm drawing this circle and this circle. In between those 2 circles, it's gonna be my foot. Yes? So right now, I'm gonna get rid of here and here. Because your inside is flat. So I'm gonna run this edges, the outside circle, I'm gonna do this. Can you see that negative space right there? That little negative space? Those are the clay that I'm going to carve them out. Okay? So before I do so, I need to apply the pressure down to the wheel head so the clay won't fly off, right?
Okay, that's
So we're gonna do that with the magic tool, which is a water bottle cap. Allow you to push down the pressure, then your clay is not sticking on your hand. So right now I'm gonna do a brace myself. If you're righty, brace about 4 o'clock. I'm gonna gently, if your clay runs too low, you are like gouging into the clay. You don't wanna do that. Anybody
barely
ever
scrape it.
shaving the potato?
Yeah.
If you shave it really slow, you basically just eat into the potato, yes? So I'm gonna do a little faster right here. Can you see? Okay. Here's also another indication tell me this clay actually a little too dry because can see the clay actually break up in pieces. Okay, so you probably want to just a little wetter, okay, but you don't want to wait too long. Yeah, so I'm going to do this right here. Can you see? So you have about half inch right here. Can you see this line right here? So this is what I did right here.
Right.
Can you see? Now you have half inch inside. Yes. So now I'm looking for the height of my foot right in here. Okay, so I'm gonna go down right here. I'm gonna bring it straight right there. You see?
Oh, cool.
So that's my foot. Anything from here is flat and you can actually take away. Do you know how do I know I can take away all these? Because earlier I checked
Right.
your inside, outside, you have a lot of clay on the outside. You see? So I establish this height right here. Yes? Because my inside of my cup is flat. This one is round, okay? So that means when I go down to trim, this line, remember I still do two circles, one circle, second circle, right? I'm gonna push my clay down right here. This line can go deep as what?
Or
As
not-
outside,
Yeah,
right?
outside.
So if my outside is this much right here, that means my inside can go this far. Agree? Why? Because the bottom of the cup is flat. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna run this straight down. How far? As deep as outside. Yeah? Now this middle right here, I'm gonna run from the middle towards 3 o'clock.
Oh, I was going from the
Just
outside.
gonna take it out. That's okay, inside, outside, it's all good. And again, how far this line right here can go down?
As far as that.
As far as the outside, yes? And you notice I just push really hard because I understand what you have in there, right? So this line needs to be flat. Okay, so far so good? So you can see right here, this line and this line is the same line, right? Did I touch anything here yet? No, right? Because I know if I started shaving away, then I don't know how much clay do I have left. Now, the thing about the foot right here, if you have a flat clay like this, anybody when you're doing the dishes, once in a while you will hit the counter and they will chip. Therefore, you want to round them just a little bit, okay? So when you round them, the highest point is where your cup's gonna stand. And that's also gonna help you, your clay not to stick on the kiln shelf, okay? So I'm gonna taper, that's Chinese, been doing it for like a couple thousand years. I'm gonna taper corner, one side and two sides. Can you see it? Now I got the highest point right there, can you see?
Yep.
And here, if you like, what you can do is, you can just take this, and then this is a very damp sponge, and then kind of round it off just a little bit. Some of you can see right here, some of you might like to have a different variations, you know, like a different status right in here. So this will be a pretty decent trimming cup right here. And feel that, yeah? This one, sometimes I like to kind of hit it in. I can put it back again, okay? Can you see right here? When I glaze, I like to hold down to the foot. But this one right here is the foot actually straight, so it's really hard to hold it. So what I will do is I'll go back again, and I will hit it with a little curve. Can you see?
Yeah.
Now you have a cup, looks like mine.
I see what you say.
So now can you see
Does
it
that
right
mean I
here?
can't
It's
turn
a
that in
little, now you can see it right here. It's easy to grab when you glazing. So when I'm trimming, I'm thinking about how I'm holding gonna glaze. And see the edges right here? It's a little lips, right? So if it's still too sharp, you go around to take a little sponge and round them off. Done. Go do 100 of them.